Okay, so we'll exit the shade garden. What a view. Watch this. Anybody want to buy a 130-acre farm? Just went up for sale last week. The owner built that barn several years back. He died soon after. It never really got any use. And his widow lived in the house. It's too big. All the kids are gone. It's a couple farm ponds. It's a borrowed view for me. That's a southern view. Last year when they mowed, they left this part. They've always mowed it before up to the boundary. I think they don't want me to see the pond, but we'll see what the new owners do if somebody buys it. Check out the oak trees. They were heavily infested with brown-tailed moth larvae. They just leafed out again. This is the only wild area I've got left. And even in here, I do a little selective cutting to keep the hardwoods down. I still get some cherries, maples, oaks, some wildflowers, some meadowsweet, steeplebush, is that what they call it? Dog bane. This stuff grows all around the yard. Dog bane gets little flowers. My perpetual burn pile, which I'd love to get rid of because it interrupts my lovely view. Everybody's got to have a pack of daylilies, right? These are just the very basic wild orange daylilies. Looks like we have a good set of buds this year. You can eat those. In fact, right now, these are perfect for eating. You just snap them off, pop them in your mouth, add them to your salad. They're good. They're crunchy. A little viburnum. I believe that was a shoot from the plant on the other side of the yard. There's a red jade Weigelia. They bloom earlier in the spring. There's my crazy big apple tree. I used to prune it and top it, but I don't have the patience anymore, so I just let it do its thing. Keep it above head height. Nice crab apple. When I built this addition, we did everything we could to save it. It was defoliated by the brown-tailed moth, and it gets defoliated by apple scab just about every year. But it's no worse for the rare. When this was a school, I bet this was planted. I bet this was growing. This was a schoolhouse from 1860s to 1960s, and then it turned into a residence. All this is in our additions. This isn't even the schoolhouse. The schoolhouse portion's on the other side. Here's my cactus collection. A few flowers. My daughter's tent. My dog won't even go in that doghouse, so it's a prop now. There's some ground juniper. I just let it stay there. It's nice. There's the entrance to my shade garden in between the Japandromedas. Those were garbage picked. I say I'll never plant anything, but today when I pruned my late lilac, lo and behold, there was a air layered cutting. So I popped it out, put it in there. They're such good cover. So I'll plant that. I'll plant that probably somewhere by the road. It's a busy road. Here's my Nicest red maple in the yard. Love it. It got hit by lightning up there, but still nice. Still a nice tree. I climbed it several times to clean it up, deadwood it. I planted this grouping here. We got the, see if I can remember these things. That's a buckthorn, threadleaf buckthorn. Here's a double white flowering common lilac. Here's a dwarf physocarpus. Here's a dwarf Siberian pea shrub. I'll bet not many of you have that. Look, it's got little peas on it now. It gets covered by inconspicuous little yellow flowers. I just bought it because it's cute, because it's different. I'm a plant collector. You can see it's in the pea family. It's got these pods. Here's a good one. This is a French pink pussy willow. I got it mail order years and years ago, and it gets great pussy willows. They're slightly pink. They're very large. It's really fun to watch it in the early spring, in March. Great plant. I really like it. I've got some shade plants over in here. Just some cast off double file by Burnham. What do we got there? A PG hydrangea, summer sweet, clethra, forsythia in the shade. It doesn't bloom much. That branch is getting too low. I'll have to raise that up. Here's a big rhodie, just a common purple one, but I garbage picked it, and it's nice. Great cover. There's a PJM rhododendron. I garbage picked. The deer don't eat it, but they eat the taxus next to it. That was in my early spring uh, video. It's a volunteer. That might be the rhododendron. What's it? Grandiflora. Uh, maybe I don't. I don't think it's a catawba. That's a catawba rhododendron. Now here's alternate leaf dogwood. They used to be all over the yard, but they don't last too long. There's a neat fir tree. I got it as a door prize at a plant seminar years and years ago. It was about as big as my pinky, so I've been training that. My buffer zone. There's a New York Boulevard false cypress. Looks all like that in the spring until the deer ate the bottom half. I used to tend my perennial garden. Those are Stella d'Oro ever blooming daylilies. There's a lot of flowers in there. I might weed it now and then and just pull out the tall grasses, but I don't have time to tend it.